all the stuff's from Amazon. And the overalls, I saw like on college game day, like I saw these people in the stands with fancy overalls on. And I was like, okay, I'll wear some overalls. That's kind of how I came up with that idea.
Are you aware of like reaction to the outfits at this point, or have you been kind of paying attention to that at all?
No, I mean, I know they're like weird, but I think like, I don't know, it's weird.
Why did the overalls speak to you?
Oh, I just liked how they looked on the TV. I think it was the Kansas game. They had piercing their like blue and yellow stripes, and I was like, I want some overalls, and I got some overalls.
How much did you buy those for?
I think they were like $37 on Amazon.
Good deal.
What about the cowboy hat?
Cowboy hat? That was one. I got that from Jack.
Okay.
So I just, and the sunglasses I got from Jack. And then, yeah.
Do you consider yourself like a fashionable person?
I don't know, not at all. Like you see me walk around campus, I'll have like the sweats they give us, and then like one of our workout shirts, our old workout shirts. So that's about all I wear, and slides. So no, I don't have a lot of fashion. Like I had to buy everything that I've worn.
Like why?
Yeah, like why was that important to you to like match your teammates' attempts at style?
I don't know, it didn't really matter to me that much, but I was like, I don't have like pictures of myself in like fashion, and my mom was like, you should get better pictures of yourself. So I was like, okay, and then my mom wanted me to look good, so I said okay.
Do you consult people on your outfits, or you just go for it, whatever speaks to you?
Somewhat. Like once I have an idea, I'll ask them what they think, and then like I asked Will and Jack, and Jack was like, you should get a cowboy hat and sunglasses. So that's how I came up with that idea.
Sure. What was your teammates' reaction on the bus when they saw you? Any good feedback?
I mean, not on the bus because everyone was kind of locked in.
Sure.
But like, I think everyone kind of just accepted it as Dennis, and they're like, okay.
You had that shirt that was like Dennis doing Dennis things?
Yeah.
Where did you get that shirt?
I got that on Amazon too. Well, I wanted to get a Dennis. It spelled my name wrong.
Right.
So like, I was like, okay, whatever. It just looked kind of cool, so I was like that. I wanted to get a Dennis the Menace shirt, but it wouldn't ship in time, so I didn't get it.
You have Prime?
I do have Prime, but it's still
Important.
Yeah, it still wouldn't ship in time.
But you can keep it for later in the season, right?
Yeah, no, I ordered it, but like, it just hasn't been shipped.
Okay. So we're waiting on that one.
Yeah, it'll come out sometime.
What was kind of your approach heading into camp, as a walk-on competing with, guys for this job?
I mean, kick the ball through the uprights. That's what Gavin told me. First day of camp, Gavin comes up to me, he's like, Dennis, you have one job. I was like, I mean, yeah, I do. And he's like, I was like, what is that exactly? And he's like, kick the ball through the uprights. So I guess, yeah, that was kind of my approach, just kick the ball through the uprights, and then whatever happens, happens.
Sure. For, when you're in the game situations, does it feel like a practice situation to you? Does it feel like more pressure or different?
I mean, my very first game, there was a little bit more pressure.
Sure.
But then after I've gotten a few reps, it's starting to feel like more like practice. Like, we do like live reps in practice, as well as we'll do like drives, like full team drives, offense, defense. And then if that drive ends in a 3-down stop, they'll let us kick. And like we run off from the sideline and everything, and we have like a full rush. So it's kind of like, that helped to feel more like a game. So I feel like that really helped me. Sure.
Is that different from last year?
Yeah, last year we just have 3 field goal reps, and I'd get some every once in a while, but I didn't get that many, and so they'd have 3 field goal reps, and that was it. That's all they'd have.
So what'd you do the rest of the practice? Like last year?
Last year we'd have we'd either do conditioning, stretch, or we'd do field goals on our own. So.
Like, go ahead, Paolo. How does that help you? This kind of new format, you're staying engaged. How does that help you guys as a specialist unit?
I feel like as a specialist unit, it makes us more involved in practice, as well as it like in fall camp and all that. It helps everyone see us kind of like as part of the team, I guess, more. Because like instead of just like having our special teams period, we'd be incorporated with the offense and all that. And so like if we'd have offense, defense, like they got rivalries going, like offense scored every time, and they'd count a field goal as scoring, which is like it kind of helped us in a way. So that was cool, I thought.
What's the length of the practice?
Like I had one in the fall camp that was close to 60.
Okay.
So it's all whether Lincoln wants to go for it or not. Because it depends on what plays what he wants to work on.
Thanks, man.
Do you ever try to like convince him?
We definitely sometimes we'll stand back there, and me, Will, and Jack will just go field goal. And we'll just kind of look around and we'll be like, who said that? And it doesn't really get to him, and like he's pretty offensive minded, so he'll go for it sometimes. but sometimes like we think it affects his choice a little bit, but I don't think it does at all.
I'm sure you're asked this already, but choosing to come here, it was already kind of a full room. Did you think that there was going to be a path for you to get on the field like you have this year?
I mean, not as clear as I had this year. I knew, like, last year we had Parker and Staddy, and those are two really good kickers. I knew that coming out of high school. But I knew, like, if you work hard, eventually I'd play. I didn't know when I'd play or when, like, I wouldn't play, but I knew if I just worked hard, I'd eventually somewhat hopefully see the field.
And then your mindset this year, when you kind of saw that it was an open competition, you had that chance, how did you kind of seize that mentally?
I mean, I kind of knew, like, Staddy had made 6 kicks in game last year. They just put him on scholarship, and he's, like, a really good kicker. Like, he did really good in fall camp and all that, but I knew it was going to take something, like, really special, just, like, some, like, luck or something that I would be able to do, like, what I did. And obviously, like, I worked hard and all that, and I made my kicks, but, I mean, at the same time, like, I had to do you have to do, like, a lot because Staddy made so many kicks.
What put you over the top?
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what put me over the top, but something did, so yeah.
Distance, maybe?
Huh?
Distance?
No, Staddy had a 55 in spring game. He had a 55 in spring game. I think he made all his long kicks as well. I don't know.
What was the first moment in a game like for you?
Oh, my very first PAT, I mean, I think I nearly broke Will's hand. So he kicked the PAT. First off, I wasn't as nervous as I expected to be because it was a PAT thanks to Caleb and all the offense for giving me that. But I hit a PAT, and then after the PAT, I think I turned around and we normally meet and we'll high five. I think for some reason I just hit him really hard, and he was hurting after that one. But I thought it was a good moment. I mean, it was my first play, Jack's first play, and Will's first play in college.
Yeah. So
that was kind of cool for us all to have that.
Being a new guy in the role, how do you shake off the first miss and not just have it like weighing heavily on you?
I mean, Coach Doherty's kind of helped us with that. Like, we miss a lot. Oh, we don't miss a lot really, but like if we ever missed, it's like we missed. What do we do? Was it a bad ball? Was it this? As well as Coach Doherty's big on if you miss, don't miss bad. Like, don't miss the net. Make it like a good ball and at least give it a chance to go in. Obviously, he doesn't want us to miss at all, and no one wants to miss. But if we miss and it's a good ball, we know what we did. We can just change our aim points and all that. So I don't think that the big miss was like that. Like my first miss, it kind of was like, oh, I missed, but it wasn't horrible. I think that was Stanford. I missed a 39, and then I came back in and hit a 42. Yeah. So I think that was good. As well as Oregon State was I missed a 36. I think I missed 36. And then we came back, and then I came to the sideline, and everyone was like, "You're okay." It was obviously no one wanted me to miss it. I didn't want to miss it, but everyone was like, "You're fine. We're gonna need you in this game." And it ended up making the 42-yard later, and the kicker sadly missed one, and then it was a 3-point game.
When did you start kicking, and when did you know that you wanted to do it in college?
I first started kicking in high school, and then around COVID year, or like when COVID started, I was like, okay, I'm not bad. I can try and make it to college. And then so I kept trying to improve, and then I ended up getting an offer to USC, so I was down here.
What was your reaction in that moment when the USC offer came in?
I mean, I was excited. I think personally, I never really watched football or anything growing up, but everyone kind of knows of USC and USC's football. So I was like, wow, like USC offered me. So I was really excited at that point. And then it was just kind of a decision between me and my family about coming to USC because the education is great and all that. And then, because I obviously lived in Mature, so I was close. So it was coming to USC versus traveling across the country to go somewhere else.
So you didn't watch football growing up? You didn't watch football?
No, not really. I was more into soccer, so I didn't really watch a lot of football. But I think the first ever USC game I watched was when I first started talking to Coach Schneider, and that was the USC versus UCLA game. The one that they were in the Rose Bowl and they came back. I think that was my first ever USC game.
Nice.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.